most of us are not. Ask yourself this question. Do you know somebody? Hey, can I trouble you all to turn your phones off, please? Yeah, so maybe just mute your phones, turn them off, or maybe silent mode for just a few minutes. Now, so these natural medicines, they regulate our body. But what do we do if we're not making enough of them? If you have a health problem of any kind, if you can't sleep, if you get sick like I used to, or if you have immuno issues of any kind, maybe some pain levels that are typically not normal for your age, it's because there's a direct correlation between your health and your natural medicine levels. That's just the reality. If we did a blood test on all of you today and tested your natural medicine levels, there would be a direct line between your current state of health and your natural medicine levels. So the goal for all of us should be make sure we have enough of those natural medicines that we used to make a lot of when we were teenagers and in our early 20s. You know, oftentimes we make fun of old people, and some of us who, over time, we say, gosh, you looked so good when you were in your 20s. I felt so excellent. I could do anything when I was in my 20s, but now that I'm 50, 60, 70, it's just not there anymore. Yeah, gravity's taken over, right? It's hard to get out of bed in the morning, all those kinds of things. And as we're younger, we think, well, that's not going to happen to me, right? I think we're all saying that. Remember when we used to say that when we were kids? That's not going to happen to me. But now that we're at that 50 plus years of age, we're going, what happened? What happened? Well, what happened was our diets are not perfect. We have stress, anxiety. We suffer from depression. We have an environment that's not entirely pure. All of those things, they drive our natural medicine levels down so that we have one choice left, and that is, do we just accept the reality of our life, or do we do something about it? Now, those of us who want to do something about it, without getting a prescription for it, we turn here. We find a bio-identical source for those natural medicines called, in this case, CBX4. As we now know, CBC, cannabichromene, CBD, you've all heard about that one, cannabidiol, CBG, cannabigerol, and CBN, cannabinol, all four of those together, if combined in high ratios, replicate anandamide and AG2, those natural medicines our bodies made when we were teenagers and in our 20s, and has fallen off since. But where do we get all four of those medicines in one bottle? In high enough levels. And that's the big question. In high enough levels. There are companies out there who will tell you our product is full spectrum or it's broad spectrum. All right. Well, now show me then how much CBG is in your product. How much CBG or CBC or CBN is in there. How much? Well, that's where typically they go, really, kind of, oh, my phone's ringing. Right? And they don't talk about it because the reality is there's not enough there. However, by growing our own specific strain of CBX4 hemp in Utah, in the perfect environment, we can do this. We can grow, extract, and put into one bottle or several bottles all four of those natural medicines. That, my friends, is worthy of understanding and repeating. If we ended this conversation right now, if we all left, I hope you understand at least one thing, and that is that CBD is yesterday's news. CBD alone does not fix all of our health issues. But combining CBD with the other three natural medicines in high levels, we can in fact address a lot of health issues that so many of us are facing, like sleep. Now, maybe you're not suffering from sleep problems, but statistically speaking, there's a huge number of us around here who cannot fall asleep when they want, cannot stay asleep, and wake up groggy still. There's also quite a number of other people who are concerned about these things. Now, I call this the trifecta of misery: depression, pain, and anxiety. Why? Because if you have high levels of pain, like I have, and I'm guessing quite a number of you have, after my surgeries, pain causes anxiety and depression. Very often, when you hurt all the time, you get funky. And when you're funky, you get sad. And when you're sad, you get funky. And when you're funky, you hurt. And it's this endless, nasty cycle. So whenever you suffer one of these three, typically you will suffer from the other two. That's why I call it the trifecta of misery. Memory and focus. The same thing also applies with the trifecta. If you have ever suffered from chronic, severe pain, then you know how hard it is to focus on anything. You don't even want to answer your phone, much less even get out of bed, right? And when that happens, you just can't think right. So what's the solution to all of this? Now, if we walked over, all of us together, to a pharmacy here, let's say there's a CVS down the road, and ask the pharmacist, "Hey doc, so I'm suffering from all of this. What's your solution, pal?" Or young lady. "What can you recommend to me?" Well, after he or she stops laughing at us, they'll say, "Oh, you better talk to your doctor and be ready to gear up because you've got some serious prescriptions coming your way." That's what they'll tell us. And unfortunately, too many of us we already have prescriptions for these things, and they compound one on top of the other. So we take our pain meds and our sleep meds, and we take our antibiotics and our anti-anxiety and depression meds and supplements for this, and we now have 100 different meds in our medicine cabinet, and at the end of the day, we're going, "Oh my gosh, is this really what it takes? Do I have to do this for the rest of my life? This can't be good for me," especially when I see all the commercials. But consider this also. These are all severe issues that we face every single day. And if not we here, a large number of the people we know. Now, here in the United States, we're not very open about our personal challenges, are we? It's kind of rare that we'll tell our neighbor, "Yeah, I had some suicidal thoughts yesterday, and I'm so depressed, and gosh, I hurt all the time, and I'm so worried about getting COVID. Oh, and by the way, I'm sick all the time." We don't do that. Very rarely do we do it. But the reality is, that's probably what they're thinking. So what's the solution? Well, consider this one. We won't go into all the details unless you want us to, but let's just end on this: viruses. What we know here in TruIQ is that there are 336 million people in the United States today. There are 336 million people in the United States who are concerned about getting a virus. 100% of people in the United States are concerned about contracting a virus that they don't understand, don't know how to build immunity against, and are asking themselves, "What do I do about it?" Well, what we also now know here is that the National Institute of Health has proven that if we have high levels of these natural medicines in our body, then we can prevent the penetration of those viruses into our cells, and we can remove those viruses from infected cells. Very few people are talking about that, but that's the truth. So consider this, my friends. If you want to solve your health problems naturally, organically, safely, without side effects, we can do it now. And it's as simple as taking one vial of this every single day. It really is that simple. Now, I know, having grown up here in the United States, traveled the world like so many of you have, it's natural to be skeptical and think, there's no way that's going to work. It's certainly not going to fix all those things that you just told me, Jason. But that is why we offer these products with a satisfaction guarantee. If you're skeptical at all, and if you're wondering if I'm telling you the truth, then the answer is not only an emphatic yes, but if when you use these products, at the end of that roughly 1 month period of time, you don't feel a difference at all, there's no health change in you, send us the empty bottle back, and we will refund your money. That is how committed we are and how much belief we have in the satisfaction guarantee and the efficacy of TruIQ products. Now, we haven't talked about all the different CBX4 line, and we can do that later, but I'll just point these out really fast. There are four different ways that we recommend you super infuse your body with all of those natural medicines that you're not making enough of anymore. The best way is the sublingual 4-in-1 medical blend. That's the easiest. And all you have to do there is unscrew the cap, squeeze the bulb on top, fill that little vial inside, and then place it under your tongue. And let that absorb for about 10 seconds. That will drive those natural medicines directly into your bloodstream and your nervous system. Now, some of us don't like that natural organic taste, especially like if they have autistic children or people with sensory issues. So we have a couple of other different ways. Number one is the body lotion. This has high levels of those natural medicines in it, and by placing it on your skin, it goes directly through your epidermis, your dermis, and even the subcutaneous levels directly into your bloodstream and your nervous system. Also, as you can see here, there's the CBX4 Body Mist with this logo. Oh, it's hard to read, isn't it? Can we maybe fix that focus? I've got one right here. Thank you, Denise.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I have.
Too much. There.
Too much. Oh, that's much better.
Oh, yeah.
That one is clear.
Pretty close.
There you
That's
go.
as good as it gets.
Good.
The CBX4 Body Mist. It's a spritz. It's a lighter version of the topical transdermal delivery of those natural medicines. And last of all, that we'll talk about before we move on to the cash and crypto you get for sharing the good news, is the super infused collagen 4. It comes in a tub just like this. In here is not only a lot of those natural medicines that satisfy the requirements of the top 3 layers of your skin, but also carry not only those 4 medicines, but 400% low molecular weight, sustainable marine collagen. All of those words together mean basically this. If you're using a collagen product at all, or if you need a collagen product to make your hair, your fingernails, your skin more healthy, that is the product you want to use. Once again, all of it is satisfaction guaranteed. There's nothing to lose as a member of TruIQ, but everything to gain. Everything to gain. Now, as members of TruIQ, we've been hearing this from so many of you, and thank you so much for calling us all the time. We really appreciate it, because this is what we're hearing from you. Jason, President, Doctor, what do I do now? I'm using the CBX4 products. I feel great. I feel younger. But now I want to trim down and tone up. But I want to do it the easy way. Fix my health, but what's the easy way to trim down and tone up? That is where micro comes into its own. Ask yourselves, please, this question. Do you know anybody who would like to burn off extra fat deposits?
Yes, sir.
If you do, then, well, I ask that sincerely because quite a number of us, we don't. And not everybody wants to burn off extra fat deposits. But for those people who do, then by using the calories we eat for energy instead of fat creation is the key. Burn the fat off and make sure the calories we eat become energy, not fat. All the while, if we can bring our appetite down and get rid of those toxins that were accumulated in those fat deposits in the first place, then we can accomplish these last two things here. We can regulate our insulin and glucagon levels, or blood or sugar levels, glucose. So level out glucose or glucagon, that's the hormone, insulin and blood sugar levels.
All in one bottle?
All in one bottle. All of those things are done by micro. You need 2 capsules a day. This bottle here has 60 capsules. By taking just 2 capsules a day, you can accomplish all of those things over a period of time. Now, if you're wondering how is it that this is now just becoming available, you all deserve to know that up until now, the 4 primary ingredients in this formulation, dynamine, teacrine, alpina galanga, and evodiamine, those have been the exclusive access to the fitness community and bodybuilders. So those people you see on the stage who have those glorious, beautiful bodies and all greased up and flexing, but they eat a ton of food every day, those people have been able to buy those 4 ingredients from the pharmaceutical company exclusively for years. But now they're available directly to TruIQ and to you, by extension, over the counter without a prescription. Now, I think the best part of all, though, is as all TruIQ products, there are no side effects. It's not like the Fen-Phan and all those other diet pills that make your heart race and just make you feel kind of funky, you can't sleep and all that stuff. No, this is not that. Although I do have to tell you that by using micro, you're going to want to take it in the first half of the day. It does really give you natural energy, and you don't want energy while you sleep. Make sense? But it's natural energy, the kind of energy your body makes, not as artificially created. So what happens in TruIQ when you share the good news of these products? I gotta take this jacket off. Is that air conditioner on? Are you fixing hot
better.
too? Hey brother, can you maybe bring that truck down a little bit? All right. Sorry to slow you down, but oh, and my water too. Thank you. But the question often asked at this point is, all right, Jason, so I'm using these products, I love them, I like them, and I want to share them with other people. What's the benefit for me? So let's say I share this with my friends or my family, my neighbors, and whomever. What's in it for me? Well, what's in it for you is a monthly income of somewhere between $15,000 and $260,000 or more. Now, these numbers are minimum. If you just do the very basic, simple math from the income sharing program that's built into our referral system, these numbers look more like $24,000, $85,000, and $260,000. But I want to share with you the barest minimum. If you can only maybe recommend 1 bottle of CBX4 to 4 people who recommend only 1 bottle of CBX4 to others, this is likely to be your minimum outcome. So how does that work, though? It comes down to 3 very, very simple steps. 1, 2, 3. We can all count to 3, so what are those 1, 2, 3 steps? Well, as you can see here, step 1 will pay you some significant cash and some free cryptocurrency. But as you follow those 3 steps, the cash and the crypto accumulate to create some serious income, serious value. How? Step number 1 is become a member of TruIQ by buying a pack and set up your smart chip. Now, your smart chip is your mechanism over which you have 100% control that ensures that you don't run out of that product that you use up most. So for some of us, it's micro, some of us, it's CBX4 lotion, or whatever it is, but don't run out of that product you use most. That's called Smart Chip. Now, when you do that in step number 1, enroll, set up your Smart Chip, the computer system automatically recognizes that activity and checks off box number 1 of 3. Box number 2 asks, have you introduced 4 or more people to TruIQ who did the same thing you did, who bought a pack and set up their minimum Smart Chip, say 1 bottle of CBX4. When you do that, then the computer system also satisfies box number 2 for you, and now looks for step number 3. But before it gets to step number 3, this is very important. You, as an active sharer of the good news of TruIQ with others, you will receive a 50% first order bonus. So as an example, this package here is discounted down to, say, $900. It's the bronze pack. If you bought a bronze pack and, say, your members buy a bronze pack for $900, you would earn a 50% first order bonus from all of those purchases, which would be roughly what? So that's $900. You would earn how much as the sponsor? $450, exactly right. The math is very simple. So having sponsored just 4 people, you would have earned $1,800 in first order bonuses. But I think most importantly, the computer system says you satisfied the requirements of step number 2. Step number 3, after you earn your first order bonus, is this. Remember, you sponsored 4 people, and they bought their pack, set up their Smart Chip. Then you help them do the same thing. It's called duplication. When you sponsor 4 or more, and those people do the same thing, that duplication is what drives your weekly and monthly cash into your bank accounts, and I think most importantly, not just the cash you see on the left, but also the cryptocurrency you see on the right. So what cryptocurrency are we talking about? It's called TruCoin. TruCoin is the first cryptocurrency that has a direct link between an active American product-based company and its smart contract blockchain technologies, and derives its initial trading value from the activity of the active members of the company. Now, by doing all of this, not only being American and product-based, it causes it to have an intrinsic value, because at the very least, TruCoin will always have value representative of what activity is happening in TruIQ, as a minimum. Now, of course, activities on the global exchanges will cause it to go up even higher. So if you feel like you missed out on the global exchanges and the cryptocurrency movement a few years ago, I think we all have those stories, right, where people said, hey, you want to join this Bitcoin thing 10 years ago, you really ought to get this for $12 a piece. It's going to go up, and too many of us said, yeah, whatever. Sure. $12, I'm not going to spend $12 on something that I can't touch. And now it's worth how much? Bitcoin? So if you feel like you missed out, my friends, please don't. Because we now know that just in roughly 2 months' time, since, gosh, it was June 4th, 5th? June 6th, somewhere around the first week of June, that TruCoin was made available for purchase, not just the free that we're talking about, but the purchasable TruCoin through the exchange. It grew from 6 cents in price to how much today? $1. No, it's higher than that now.
Oh, really?
$1. How much, Preston?
Well,
$1.93.
I'm sorry, actually it's $2.03 now.
Wow.
That's in
I
4
should have
hours.
stopped on the way over and bought one.
Just in 4 hours. So 6 cents to over $2. You get the idea, right? So I have to edit this now. So that means it's over 3,100% increase in price. The point is this, my friends. If you feel like you missed out on the cryptocurrency wave, TrueCoin, having only been launched about 2 months ago, is growing at an amazing rate. And that is even before it becomes available on the global exchanges. This is only representative of the sales and price increase on the internal exchanges. Once TrueCoin becomes available on the global exchanges, the price is going to skyrocket even higher. So my friends, consider this. If you want to ride the cryptocurrency wave, just know that you as an active member of TruIQ will receive all of that value in the form of TrueCoin. So don't feel like you missed out. No, not at all. In fact, now it's really just coming into its own. So if you feel like you want some coin, but don't know how to get it, then please follow along with me really quick. There are a couple of ways for you to claim your TrueCoin as an active member of TruIQ. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have a TRX or a Tron Link wallet. Create your wallet and then upload that to your TruIQ back office account. Create a wallet, upload that wallet to your TruIQ account, or if you don't know how to do any of that, simply join the Q Club. As a monthly service that TruIQ offers to you, will help walk you through all those steps. But as long as you have your Tron Link wallet in your TruIQ back office, then you can claim all those benefits from doing this. Remember the 3 steps that I showed you by which you can earn between $15 and $250, roughly $1,000 a month? Those very same steps also earn you or can cause you to receive TrueCoin benefits. Step number 1 sounds familiar, right? Enroll with a pack and set up your smart chip. Now the smart contracts and the blockchain technology see that, observe that, and will award you certain TruIQ TrueCoin benefits. And the same thing happens when you satisfy step number 2. Remember, you sponsor 4 or more people. And then step number 3 was what? Duplicate. As you duplicate, once again, the system is watching all of this activity and is awarding you cryptocurrency benefits. If you want cash and if you want cryptocurrency for sharing the good news of TruIQ, then by all means, I think personally the very best way to claim it is join TruIQ with a bronze pack. This is a special pack we have available for a limited time only that has the price reduced far below retail, far below even wholesale, for only $900. And this package will not only allow you to experience all the benefits of these products in one package, but will award you 1,000 TruePoints and your sponsor 2,000 TruePoints. Now these, thank you. Now these TruePoints we haven't talked much about, but these TruePoints determine how much TrueCoin you receive upon the closure of every single block of 105,000 TrueCoin. This is a very unique mechanism by which, as an active member of TruIQ, you can more quickly qualify to claim your seat on the board of founding member directors and retire. You can turn the light on, please. So my friends, I'm not sure I can say this loudly enough or with enough emphasis, but TruIQ as a corporation was constituted to award you and give you what you deserve. Too few of us today have a way to live the lifestyle we want. We don't have the cash we need to go where we want to go, do what we want to do, when we want to do it. Now, don't raise your hand, but let me ask you this question. Just think about this in your mind. Do you live where you want to live? If you want to go on a vacation for a couple of weeks, can you afford it? Can you go where you want to go?
No.
Do you live the lifestyle you want to live? If not, then TruIQ is for you, because by fixing our health problems naturally, safely, organically, and are proven, you can also earn the cash and the cryptocurrency. I hope that makes sense. Now, we've covered a lot of different things here today, in fact, 3 different things specifically. Are there any questions about what we've brought up so far? And then I'll wrap up and turn the time over to Mr. Preston to discuss some cryptocurrency specifics, if you want to hear that. So are there any questions about any of these? Yes, sir.
What's the difference?
Your name is Jay, right? JP.
Irinig ko na wala akong bayad.
What is the difference between hemp and marijuana? Did you all hear that? So his question is, what's the difference between hemp and marijuana? The major difference in TruIQ is hemp has either super low or non-detectable levels of THC and has high levels of those 4 natural medicines we talked about, whereas marijuana has high levels of THC and low levels of those other natural medicines. Now, in TruIQ CVX4 case, the THC is so low that in the certificates of analysis, it shows up as ND, non-detectable.
I was going to ask my next question, that if you did take a drug test, that would it show up as THC? Because I say, I'm in a sport that does drug tests.
Now, that's a very different and interesting question. And here's what I mean by different and interesting. Quite a number of the drug tests being administered today, they do not differentiate between THC and CBN or CBD or CBC. And all the while those minors, they're non-psychoactive, they can appear in a drug test as if they're THC. In fact, CBN molecularly looks a lot like THC, even though of course they're very different. It's almost like vitamin A and vitamin D look very similar under a microscope. The same thing happens with THC and CBN. They look very similar, but of course they're different. So I recommend that if you are subject to regular drug tests, then make sure you let the people who are administering those drug tests know that you're using a 0 or super, how should we say this, compliant THC level product, but it does have high levels of those other natural medicines, those cannabinoids. That's what we offer. That's the advice we typically offer to firefighters, military personnel, police officers, and generally speaking, at that point, they shift from using the old strip drug tests, and they use the more sophisticated test that can differentiate between those cannabinoids. It really just does come down to which test they're using. So if you were to, say, go to the CVS and buy a drug test sample kit, those old tests were designed in 1953, and they do not differentiate between cannabinoids. Next question.
I have a question.
Over here.
Oh, yes.
How young can someone start taking any of the products?
We recommend using CVX4 from 12 years old and up. However, it's safe to use of any age from roughly 3 years to 12. You just want to make sure you bring the dose down based on weight. But it's safe for all ages.
Yes. Because you don't want the kids to be
Yeah.
taking too much and start acting like they took something that.
Oh, that'll never happen. No, that will never happen. You could drink an entire bottle of CVX4. Even a 10-year-old could drink that whole bottle and never act different. Now, it'll supercharge their immune system, and they'll probably never get sick for the next 4 years, but they won't act goofy.
That's a good question because some kids can find it in.
Yeah, there's no
Tinulog ko anak
psychoactive
aron
input by
continuous ang akong
CBX4.
health,
Next question,
good
or
health.
last question.
Pre-diabetic ako.
Yes, Cory.
In relation to the question that the gentleman asked about drug test, does the CBX4 affect the drug test or not?
Yeah, that's what we just discussed.
Okay,
Yeah. So it depends on the drug test.
okay.
If it's an older style test that does not differentiate between THC and say CBD, then it could show a positive. That's why you want to make sure whoever is administering the test knows that you're using hemp, not marijuana, so they can use the new, more sophisticated tests that differentiate between the cannabinoids.
So communicate with the person that's in.
Yes, correct. Communication is always the key.
Thank you.
Okay, my friends, now what I want to end up with here, before we move on, is this. Mr. Preston and I brought for you two special things. Number one is some free gifts, and number two, packages for you to buy so there's no shipping and no waiting. We have these bronze packs, and we also have business packs and family packs. Now, the bronze pack is the very best way to join TruIQ. That's this one here, the $900 package, brought down by over $300 from retail. But if you want to buy, say, just a business pack for $450, we have those, or a family pack for $275, we have those too. Now, all guests, if you're here for the first time, we have a very special gift for you and for your sponsor. Whoever brought you today, we have a gift for you. And if you buy a package, then you're doing your sponsor a favor because they will get a larger size of what I'm going to share with you. Now, CBX4 is made from the CBX4 hemp plant that we grow in Utah. Now, that process involves growing every plant from a tiny seed up to about a 6-foot tall plant. When that plant reaches roughly 6 to 8 feet tall, it's cut off at the root, hung upside down in the Rocky Mountains to dry in the dry air for about 2 weeks. After which, we strip the leaves, the buds, and the flowers off of that plant, put those in big tote bags, and then use the stalks and the stems to make the tote bags and all the other fun hemp products. Now, that natural medicine, though, comes from the buds, the flowers, and the leaves. When we mix that up into what we call biomass, it looks a little bit like yard work. It's tiny little bits of green. In that are all those 4 natural medicines. They are excellent exfoliants, all the while driving those medicines through your skin. Well, TruIQ is expanding the product line to bring to you now what's called CBX4 Body Wash. CBX4 Body Wash is what you will receive today as a guest, a sample of, and your sponsor, and those of you who sponsor people who buy packages today. We are hoping to hear back from you how you like it. We love it. And a couple of you have tried it before. It's an amazing exfoliant, and you feel amazing. It's the best body wash you've ever used in your life.
Yeah.
But that's the free gift. Okay, so I would recommend we take maybe 5 to 10 minutes and make sure that all of you get your packages now. Fill out your enrollment forms, get whatever you need from TruIQ, let's head out the samples, and then if you have questions about how much TruCoin you're going to get after having bought that package and how that whole TruCoin mechanism works, then stay here. Mr. Preston will come up in about 10 minutes and finish the presentation, maybe 10 minutes or so, and explain TruCoin in greater detail.
I have a question again.
Yes.
It's my first time, so we have a website.
Yes,
Good.
absolutely.
The Star Commander.
It's called
Nice guy.
TruIQglobal.com.
Easily na po.
So she asked a question, what's the website?
Yeah, well, ang account ko.
Right there. There you go, my friend. TruIQglobal.com and
Kulang pa. Nag-zili na ako kanina. Kulang pa.
Quick announcement, really quick. Well, they're gonna go in this back room, so if you want an application, want to enroll or buy any product, we're gonna do it in this back room. It's a little less noisy and hectic.
All right,
I'll just bring in a few of each. Okay.
Ay, at akong sili. Just may nadawat na 120. Kulang pa siya. Oh, sa sili. Ayun, abin ako 100 siya. Kulang ka na. Ako yun silo. Pili ka na part-time. Part-time. 100 kilo. Nagpinta ko puro. Gawat sa chicken. Abi kusbit. Wow, pao na
Dai!
Kaya talaga aking cold, yung hawak-hawak kasi kasi kaso ko lang sandali itong mga bumili. Sige, sige. May application tayo.
That's all right. That's your job.
Ito na yung kainin.
Yeah, thanks. Well, you know, now it's making it work. Good stuff. Sweat, but yeah, I'm not dying. I'm miserable like everybody else, but I'm not dying. What's that? This is good, right?
Ando na. Pinaprocess na.
Application form. You want
This machine will not be able to. Yeah. At least you smell it. At least you look at it.
Oh, dalawa. Ako. Seattle. Saan to?
Look at you, skinny.
Slim, come. Senior Slim.
Senior Slim.
Kasama mo? May pinuntahan mo. Hatag ko sa ibang kwarto. Alam mo, Daya.
That's right when I met you guys.
So, Las Vegas.
I give you the room key. 12
Sorry.
Oh yeah, the micro, it's a miracle light. That's a lot of walking. And I was always the guy in the back of the room.
You have fan? Can you give me one? Another one?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Hanggang pa yan, hanggang 2 days, 2 nights yan.
Ato ta, ha? Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's okay.
Isa pa. Isa pa. Oh, kaya yung anak ko. I-recruit ko yung anak ko.
Ako lagi si Rubihaman na to. Ay, nabigaw na Rubihaman kayo. Para takbuhaan ka na isa information na sa ka. Isa naman
Si Ani, mga pamilya.
Oh, mahirap. Kasi alam mo, birthday din.
Oh, siya ang
Pero sa
celebrant.
kanin kayo, alam mo ba, Bisaya na mo? Balay, bayay. Ano mang gasusaw na?
Lisod tayo kung diyaan niya. Kasi siya man ang celebrant.
Yeah,
Lisod ko.
manluod man, di ba?
Anak ko nga, nakasabot mo.
Ako na yun, si Ruby. Si Ruby. Oo, di ba?
Edit, si Edit ang tututukan ko. Kasi mag-grow to dito eh. Yes! Bibigay ko ang game plan book. Sila ni Ruby. Basta mga tao mo na sinahaman ni Butang. Direct mo si Ann. Tapos si Edita. I-scattered lang. Diyan tayo mag-grow. Thank you. From Shadow. Kababayan ko. From Shadow. Thank you. Yan ang superstar ni Alice. Yeah. Alice Riego. Hello, Hector.
Di kan kami sa party. Di kan kami sa party. Lately.
Sabi iso mga ini. Sabi iso mga ini. Pero ikaw taga
Oh, nanak ni ako ka. Oh, doon ako.
Ate Rudy, ang maganda ka kumain mo na. Ate Rudy, kasi yung may pagkasta. Saan ba siya?
I-google na ko. Dura ko din siya. Ang breakfast. Ako na kung sa klase sila mag-apre. Natunta ka dito. Ikaw, sa working ayos sa airport at tulog sa airport. Pag ka ng at dito breakfast ta, daron ta ka breakfast dito plus 7:30 lingkod pa dahil 7:30 mahuman ta 9 o'clock diretso na lang ka sa airport.
Of the body wash? No samples of that. We only brought the samples of she ordered samples.
George,
How many pounds you lost?
40 with the micro. 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
When did somebody put in that order? Oh, she actually.
Inom lang siya. Just drink it.
Yeah, I joined TruIQ end of March, and then I started taking the micro right away. April, May, June, yeah, three and a half months.
How many capsules did you take?
2 days. And I took both of them. I would eat breakfast and then eat them both. Take them both. And then late at night, if I came home from work, I got a little hungry, maybe a piece of fruit or whatever. But rarely. I was angry because I love to eat. I love to eat buffet, and now I don't want it anymore. I'm not hungry. It's good. I'm happy. No jittery, no sweating, no can't sleep, nothing. I'm sorry. And they said burns fat while you sleep. I went to bed at 250 pounds tonight. I woke up the next morning at 247. I got, let me sidetrack.
What?
Good, tired. Worked all day today. Outside. All day. 110.
Micro?
Yeah, I have to do it again tomorrow. That's okay. It's like being in the sauna. I do security for the pool area. Yeah. Today was a crazy day.
Member?
They,
na
no,
dayon. Palit na dayon ko. Order na dayon ko. Yung na lagi po. Ibangan pa niya kung matang.
I'm getting some samples in the mail. I'm getting so you get it before I can give you some. It shouldn't be wrong.
Offer this, you have to give it that day. We bring it all at the same time.
How many samples are you getting? 6, right?
Oh, excuse me. All right, let's do this here. So yes, this is the body wash we're talking about. Now, if I may control you to do so, as you use this, try to use a loofah sponge.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
And if you want.
Yes, use a loofah sponge and then tell us what the response is.
But didn't you tell me you like smell the bottle or something too when you walk or tasted something? No, I don't think.
I don't even know what it is. I really don't.
Pagtikmara sa kanan. Dito ka, klaro.
Oh, okay.
Okay, my friends, have we any other get? Yes?
I try to sign up. And,
Online?
yeah.
Well, we have some paper forms. You can fill those out here today.
No, I called the
She's
Oh,
signed
so it's
up.
done.
She's signed up.
Very good.
now I'm all sorry.
Can't go to your bed. I don't know where to find
Well, we have some here.
Ha?
We brought all kinds of packages. You can buy one of these today. Oh, so they're in the mail.
I don't see how to get into the tree. I can't find the tree on the phone. I usually do it on the computer, not on the phone. It's just
Yes,
on the phone.
today, if you are a new guest of TruIQ, if this is your first time, please raise your hand.
Raise your hand first time.
This is the gift we explained.
First time
This
na.
is the special body wash. Now, we recommend you use this with either a washcloth or a loofah sponge. And we would like your feedback. Please give it a try and tell us what you like or don't like about it, okay? I think you're going to find that the exfoliation with this natural
Let me write it down.
is amazing.
Celia Joseph, right?
Thank you. Did you hear what I just said? Great, thank you. So use a sponge or a washcloth, and then let us know. And then,
Let me go get it.
Put this in the...
I wanted to go get a piece of paper to
Right, put this in the basket. There.
Yeah, just put 20702. Honey, right there, 20702. Just right around the top.
To what?
20702.
Okay.
That's her personal. She says, give 20702.
Can I call you on the spot to tell your story?
Sure. It's only a couple minutes.
Here's your number, okay, 20702. I'm gonna actually send it to you, okay? Hold on, I'm gonna send it to you too.
all of that's in there, yes. Everything you see on the screen is in there.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement for you guys. If you don't know this person, today you will know him. And 1, of the famous person in Las Vegas.
It wasn't easy. I had a good
Let's
wife.
hear from her what happened when he used micro. Is that okay? Yes. Because micro is one of the best product also that can help all of us, not only our health, but everything in our body. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. George. Mr. George, please. Listen to him. Listen to Mr. George. You'll see what happened to him. Look at his shirt. It's getting bigger. All right, George.
My name's George, I joined TruIQ in March. My wife's been there since January. I'm one of those guys that didn't believe in any of this stuff. I'm sitting back and going, yeah, right. I don't like this.
No, I'm
Bored. So I joined TruIQ in March. I sat around for 3 years, like all of us did during COVID. I gained like 30 pounds. I was miserable.
March yan nag-take. March, April, May, June, July. Winugay po.
They train you.
Slow.
You know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just a
Started taking my weight growth.
I'm
But it's not, I work a lot and I walk a lot, so I figured I'll do this. Just 2 a day. I would eat in the morning.
Ayan na po.
Go about 12 miles.
Ayan.
I don't think so.
Sapatos pa. Una.
I'm sorry? I was almost angry. But, yeah, we all ever want. I've been working the last 3.5 months and I lost 40 pounds. Since March 27th. Yeah, I feel good, I feel lighter. Oh my goodness.
Hey!
Ready?
Oh
1,
my God!
2, 3. Okay.
George has lost 40 pounds. 40 pounds. Just imagine what
She just
40
played.
pounds you have to
Just
get,
to say.
back from that, to the nature, right, George? Yeah.
Another 25.
Another 25 years. So he's close another 25.
Bibigyan tayo sa grupo mo dito. Anong grupo niya doon? Doon sa Seattle.
Again, what we need for micro? Just take 2 capsules a day. Will melt your fat away. Thank you.
Uy, apel. Apel ko.
What did he give you?
Sergey.
No, that's not, that's body wash, I think he gave you.
Baby man siya, di ba?
Yeah, that's still,
Oh,
it's a new product that they don't even have yet. Like when you take a shower or bath.
This is a new process.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, he's talking.
plain. Overnight lang talaga.
So this is just
Balik na siya ugma.
Like the loofahs or a washcloth.
Ay, daghan naman po ka, anak.
I-plaster dito ha. Sirupi ha.
Put that on it, okay, and then wash out.
Asan na ka doon?
Oh, are they kind of like a liquid? Yeah.
Amping kanunay. Alas 11 yung flight.
Ano lang yung ganito dito, ganun. Ako din gagawin ko rin yun. Hindi ako sa inyo. Nakita ka ng ano, marami ano. Ayun, kakapikit ko sa pamala nga sa pinag-
Okay, this is your, this is what
Last hour na siya nagpalit.
0702 dot. See the dot there? TruIQ.
Wala kang ano, wala kang miles na ano.
People.
Wala.
Let me see.
Ako, ang dami kong miles na ipon.
Meron kang
Sabi ko, pwede ako magkakilala. Oh, meron na ako, pero hindi ko pa Sabi ko nga,
by the way, itong bali ito, dapat lang kasi ito to.
Nilalagay niya yan sa akin kaya hindi ko.
Nakaindin yun. Forward ko na sa ako eh. Post.
So what part of Washington?
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle? So there's a full-size sample of the CBX4 body wash. Please give that a try. And thank you for coming so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome
I saw you.
Emma
I saw you.
Williams.
I saw you on the Zoom. I saw you on the Zoom. And also edit. Where's your application form?
Ito na ako, hindi pa ko.
And also edit, not the working. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Wala man kung entry para dahil. Kasi grado na. Basta, makabasa, ako pa ako sa sasakyanan. Reading glasses mo. Hindi ko ka basta.
TruIQ Global Data Here. Copy the presentation. And YouTube. That way you can share it to your.
Keep up on the micro.
Yeah, 1 a day is fine for me. 2 if I don't want to sleep.
Unless you drive all the way from.
2 is excellent. Make a cup of coffee, there you go. Rocking.
Okay, there it goes. That's you. This is you.
So hello, everybody.
This is you. Okay, I just pressed on it.
Where'd you come from, LA?
Let me get this way, so you're.
Get Mr. Turner. Get young man, all right? Get him up, brother.
No, I sent it to you. It should be on your phone.
Oh, with Eddie was there. Yeah, I live in this place. This one, yeah, a jar. Okay, this week, sure, but I'm out. Next weekend. Friday, Saturday. Up and back. Got a gig. Beautiful, set it up. Perform, tear it down. Organize it.
Hindi pa 65 yung lotion, 75. Body lotion.
So, right now, I'm
Here, watch.
75 dati 60. No, dati.
Right now, it's in Arizona. Florida.
this is something to use by.
It's too hot in the office. I turn it off. I'm wasting the money. So somebody said, "What do you mean on Tuesday? On Monday, on Monday." It takes like a day to cool off. And like Tuesday,
Uy, dali na dire.
when I left, it was 99.
Lost everybody. Went too long.
Tanawa ko kasi nakaunod today. Hindi ko makasal.
I'll show you. It opens up on my copy.
So they're doing a new.
Stop dropping all of
You want it close together, look. See how I have it close together? I don't know why it did that, but I did that to you. What? That's your number. Making money. Well, when someone orders the first yes, but after that, you only make $5. If they do an auto ship, you only make
Guys, okay.
like your bottles that you bought, I will make what they're actually
Farm visit, question mark, give it to me, and I'll take it back and make sure.
the first one. Okay. I'll only make
What would you like to know?
Make sure that they.
well, you have to show how to do the wallet and all that.
Well, yeah.
You've got us. Don't worry. I got George. We got George. Yeah. You notice I hand my phone to George. Well, it was Renon's and I put her number on it. I was trying to show her how, you know, for her website. You know what I mean? I sent it to her.
Yeah, you can just type that 4-digit code, dot, make
Yeah,
sure it's
that's
zero.
it.
That's, is that a 0 or an O?
It's a 0. I don't know why it came up like that. I know, but I don't know why it came up like
Well,
that.
you should see her name. So go back to your website. Yeah, I think that might be mistyped. Go to your browser. Open up your browser. Go to, say, Google Chrome or one of those. Just go to your home. Open up, say, Google Chrome. Now type, may I?
Yeah.
20702.
Yeah. See? He has perfect ears. He has perfect
Oh, that's why you're sure.
Did you have plastic surgery on your ears?
He's really good. Oh, that.
Give me your hand.
Hey, sit back, relax a little bit.
I've worked with a nurse store that's used to your phone. It's like a temporary associate county, so I'm over the border.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's over at least not in distance, and they go next to me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's the name of the store?
That's right, it's
Okay.
So that's it. Just make sure you type the 0 instead of the O.
Yeah, well, I don't know why it did that.
Now you see that little picture? That means that's an active member site.
Okay,
Now she has to upload her own photo.
okay.
I'm sure you had a question for me?
Did I have a question? This is the lady who's turned me on to what I was telling you about SEO. She knows the TV station.
Just everything that we see.
Credit card, only book. Turn up direct Friday.
It's a specialized. That's pretty much everybody, right? Italian or not, join us.
Visa. Ay, ito na credit card. Ito na. Banko o credit card?
Well, and I told her, once we get our foot in the door, so I can also
Ang sabi niya sila visa, ang sabi niya. Ang sabi klase.
Yeah.
Ma? Mastercard.
See, and I think her husband's only been on, she's the one that has the husband that does all the shaking. You talk to her, and she's doing great.
He did, and when he started feeling better, I spent a day with him, going to the dentist, going to the doctor, taking him from him.
So all you guys were there.
He had, because we were so happy to have him back. He had my energy.
Did you book
I think
Because you wore them out?
yeah, and then plus his heat. His heat too is another.
You still can't stop.
Because we're individual or group?
6. Sunod, last 11.
Individual. Together, but individual.
We'll keep it up, because what we see is by using CBX for 30 to 90 days, there's a huge difference.
He's been taking.
For how long? It's been about a month and
It'll
a half.
be, no, it's been Wednesday.
So at least 30 days.
Beyond his face and beyond.
And see, he's in his mid-80s, you know, so my whole feeling of it,
07.
I think eventually it's gonna really help him. As we get older, we don't kick back like we were younger, you know what I mean? And it takes time. And then plus, what you were saying about his brain, you know what I mean, that it was a neurological thing when you were talking to him, that's gonna take time too. You know, because I know all of this.
30 to 90 days.
Well, I know all of this because when my son had MS about the brain and the myelin over the brain, and you know what I mean? And I tell people, when that myelin with MS starts
It's the myelin
dissolving,
sheath.
yeah, your brain,
Okay.
like electric wire, that if you take the plug and turn it open, all those little wires that are in a plug, you know, that's how our brain is, and they go wild. And that's why they skills and, you know, function of their body.
Yeah, indeed. That's a pretty good analogy.
Yes.
Right on.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, he's gonna. Supposed to do it. Like I said.
I talked to you already sa phone. Ako si Lito. Pasensya na kasi nung wala si Jason, ako nag-present. Alam mo, lalaki to. Believe me, it will be. If you can see the cannabinoid industry, 2030, global, global. I'm talking of global, it will reach to 500 billion industry. How many percent do you want? It's up to us, right? Because we are this is our business.
He likes to exercise. He likes to live hard.
Sana ko, maka-order na rin ko ang micro.
You doing good? Your shorts are large. You don't even feel them too. You can do it.
Lagi, pagkahumat na natin madayon ko rin order dahil ko micro.
Oo. Gusto mo ba yun ang monthly mo? Maintenance? Gusto mo ba yun ang maintenance?
Pila mo daw micro?
90. Tapos
Oh, next year, 23. Not this year, okay. I'm not talking about that, but I don't. You're going
nasa sila. Sa una, CP export ko lang naman. Kasi dinoble ko ang monthly. Ang monthly ko ang CP export. Dinagdagan ko ng service. Kaya yun ang multiplier sa CP. Yun ang 100 na multiplier. I mean, pero at least okay na rin kasi kung may anak ka, minsan, mas ibang lagi pa, lang, wala ka,
Sa Thursday na
basta may off ka, pagka kasi, actually, may sa local mga trainers, kaya leaders, ikaw naman,
ako makatulog ang kuwana.
oo, makatulog na.
Ako makasali ko anak. Kay teacher ko ta. Anak ko anak. I-train mo ako. I-train ko.
Okay, my friends. Once again, thank you for coming to our TruIQ meeting. We have our very last portion, which is discussion of TruCoin details. Now, in the meantime, if you brought a guest, you should already have received your CBX4 body wash sample. Did you receive your body wash sample as a guest? Excellent. Now, so we need to know from you whether or not TruIQ should sell this product. Would you buy it? Would you promote it? If so, send us an email with your response to here. Yes, if you like your body wash, send us an email to support@truiqglobal.com. If you don't like it, send us an email to support@truiqglobal.com. We want to hear back from you. Support@truiqglobal.com. Now remember, TruIQ and TruCoin are available online for viewing in multiple ways. All active members of TruIQ need to know the homepage, TruIQglobal.com, TruCoin.io, and YouTube. YouTube.com and search TruIQ Global. That's where you can find so many of those videos that you've seen. Okay? Very good. So, Mr. Preston, ready to roll?
Almost.
Some technologically difficult.
Oh my God, mana ko gusto kayo. Gamay kita ani. Dahil pangatag ko sa siya. One camera ako.
I think we're gonna go, Jason. Okay. Thank you, thank you.
Napag-wait for mga ako na sila.
Almost stepped on it. All right. Now, my friends, take a photo of this because I'm going to erase this. Mr. Preston needs this. Take a photo of this, please. I have to erase it.
Kung nag-volunteer ko,
Controlling your own computer, so you can see what's going on.
so
Oh, no. Ay, dili ko.
We just ordered sedatives.
Captain Lito, coming through. Space Force.
Okay. We need to put here, is this, Cindy?
Just enjoy it, sir. What's your hours now?
We need to put.
Yes, please, my friends, take a photo of this. Or you can rememberize it. I have to erase. Got it? Now I know everybody's tired and you have to go, but claiming your free cryptocurrency is important. You, as an active member of TruIQ, likely already have TruCoin waiting for you to be claimed.
Yes!
How do you claim it? That's what Mr. Preston is going to share. You all took your photos?
Yes.
All right.
It's only a training and training they can learn. Kaya kami, mabilis kami dahil every Tuesday, Thursday, bisan ito sila pabalik-balik, bago mumati at gano'n.
Tuesday and Thursday. Kasi wala sa Thursday.
Slow her down.
Opo, alas 3. Wala po kami diyan ako.
Sure, worry about it. I'm changing it. I'm changing it.
Oh, that's
Yeah, this is her name.
no, this is member.
I'm going home this week.
Wali ka ng holidays. Ay, di ka na ko sa kuan. Eh, naman ni dinner ni karong holidays. Di ka ko dito sa holidays. Naku sila dito. Kami ano si Alma po dito sila. Eh, si katong ako may mag-drive. Kaya ako mag-gatos lang ko na to. Gatos sa ako dito.
That's all you dance for. Yeah, then a little reflex. Awesome.
But it's okay, we're gonna make them where they feel like.
It was last week with the dance.
Pinadala na daw sila.
I'm taking it's mine now.
That would happen for
All right, brother. I agree. Sorry. Okay, my friends, so let's all have our seats. Double check, see if anybody.
Bili na rin.
well, it's not.
Wala na yung
Pencil sandwich on even there.
So,
But that's next, that's number 5.
That's just my experience is you'll have
Mr. Lowe, you
Friends, please come take your seats. Let's have some fun.
He's working on the way like you do.
Tanong ko sa mga picture ready.
Right now, the way it is, get
Tapos na ka. Sige, tanawa. Tapos din.
crack the code in this guy.
Kuha ako diha. Kupira si.
Preston, get it.
Kuya ko kuya ko.
It's already smooth. Silk is smooth. Just like this one. Oh yeah, yeah. Silk is smooth. Silk is smooth. 75 silk is smooth. So, dinala ko yun. Yung palang multiplier ng pictograms. Actually,
How do you turn this on? Totally over that.
Jason doesn't show you.
He's working Friday, Saturday, Sunday at night. So he's with all day. Kasi gabi, mas you never make it out.
Lagi nangyayari kasi yung patay na yung it's
We're breaking things.
We're breaking stuff.
Let's breaking things again.
we are
Can I have one of this? Or you ask them.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, please we have your attention here.
Now, we know quite a number of you have to leave, but this is very important.
We're gonna keep this short. I'm gonna relax. We've got all members here at this point.
Can you call everybody? No more there?
I want to get real serious with you as our members. And I'm going to talk to you as though you're a partner, not a friend. Okay? So I want you to understand the seriousness of what we have here, what you all have here.
Wait, can you call them to listen, please?
Okay. So this is an actual account. Okay, it's one of our members, who's been a member for about 1.5 years now. This member has, I think, for the bulk of their time in the business, have had 5 to 6 personally enrolled individuals. You know how Jason always talks about just get 4 people, okay? Well, they've got an extra couple, so they've got 6, let's call it 7. Out of those 7 personally enrolled people, who now they're building their teams, which is what it's all about, correct? It's about you building a team. Look, we love having you come to the meetings. We like seeing your smiley faces. But how many people have you enrolled? How many people have you brought to a meeting? How many people have you helped build their team? You guys, that's the name of the game here. That's what's going to build your wealth. And let me show you how. This account, again, 6 or 7 personally enrolled. In their organization, I think they have about 35 to 40 of those members built out who are all on SmartShip. So every time their transaction, their SmartShip runs, again, we take the number of their personal SmartShip, which I think they went from 90 to 125, times their number of personally enrolled people, so there's 125 times 6 or 7, times 34, let's call it 35 people. You add all that up, and for every month they have a transaction go through, all that times equals, let's say, 60,000 points. Okay? And you can see the importance of building a team because you get a lot more points. If it was just yourself and you were enrolled and you are on SmartShip, which that's great, you're gonna have 90 points. And that SmartShip runs once a month, you by yourself are going to get 90 points. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
You build a team, your 90 points, times 6 or 7, 8, 9 legs. We have some members that have 13, 14 legs now. We have some members that have 100 people in their organization. You can see, and you can imagine the number of points they're getting by building the team, okay? This member has, and it's not a huge amount, you guys. You're building an average team. If it took you a year, which it took this member here, a year and a half, to get to the point where they've got 6 or 7 legs, 35 members, and for each transaction now, they're getting, I think it was about 35 or 40,000 points for every time they run one of the transactions. Block 5, in block 5, now you all understand in cryptocurrency, you have blocks of activity, okay? In Bitcoin, it's the number of transactions. And every cryptocurrency out there is, number of transactions, number of this, number of that, but they close that transaction, those transactions, that closing of those number of transactions, and for us, it's activities and transactions, that's a block. For us, it's 2,100 transactions. When we reach 2,100 transactions in TruIQ, we close a block. We've closed 4 blocks, okay? We have closed 4 blocks, which means that, and we'll get to that in a second, we're into our 5th block. In our 5th block, this member has so far earned 602,000 points. Okay? That's a lot of points, 602,000 points. Right now, as you can see right here, this is this meter, and we're not going to go into a lot of trading tonight. We are at 1,629 transactions in TruIQ as of like yesterday. Every day, we'll see that number go up and up. When that reaches 2,100, this block closes, and they'll get at least 602,000 points. Okay, we do the math for you here. All the fancy transactions we do, you can spend hours and hours learning everything we're doing on our smart contracts, okay? Or we've built it out for you. This 602 transactions, based on the number of coins that are being minted, are going to give this member another 2,511 coins. Wow. Okay, from block 5 when it closes, at least. Now, if they do another transaction, we're not on my transactions here. If we could jump over there, you'd see the list of their transactions. I noticed that last month, or this month, they bought like a $1,500 worth of product, so they got those points as well. So transactions are down here. I don't have to spend a lot of time, but here are the transactions, okay? And those are all the transactions in the current block. So go back up, Jason. I just wanted to show that's the transactions were. We keep track of activities as well. So farm visits, meetings, things like that. You get points for all those things. Those are all building activity in TruIQ. But the point I want to make, you take that 2,500, go to their wallet, Jason, and as of right now, they already have 1,000. What's the sound on the computer? It's hard to see.
3,028 TRQ
So
total.
3,000. So they have 3,000 coins right now. Okay. Now, when I showed this to them, when they logged in, I showed it to them. I said, "Do you realize you already have 3,000 coins?" They're like, "What? How did I get 3,000 points?" Like everybody asked, "How did I get those coins?" You've been involved for about a year and a half. Your transaction, you enroll people, you built a team, you got people on SmartShip. That's why you have 3,000 coins right now. Wow, what's that worth? Well, as of right now, that 3,000 coins, jump over to the dogs, Jason. You heard us talk tonight about how today the coin went up again in value. Right now, to purchase 100 coins, because we sell them in catches, we call it a baggie or cash, for 100 coins. Right now, the price is $203. Went up another dollar during the last 2 hours.
$204.
When I started the meeting, it was 203, I think, 202 or 203. So it's gone up another dollar per 100 coins. Now, that's still pretty cheap in the crypto world for coins. Depends on the coins. I'll explain why that is. So right now, for 100 coins is $204 or $2.04 per coin, which means they're coins they have in their wallet right now from pre-launch. Go back to their wallet again, Jason. And again, they didn't know they had the coins. You guys have coins. If you've been in TruIQ at any amount of time, if you bought anything at all, you have coins. Log into your back office to find out how many coins you have. They had no idea that we've given everybody during pre-launch. We went ahead and went back and looked at all the transactions from day one we launched TruIQ. We said, let's just include all the transactions. Our way of saying thank you to all of our members for hanging in there with us while we go through this process. They didn't even know they had this many coins. As of right now, their coins are worth $6,159. And they didn't even know that. Okay? Now those coins, because they're in pre-launch, are locked right now. They're not available yet to cash out, so they're locked. But now add their other 2,000, what did we say they're getting? 2,500 more? So they're gonna get another 2,500, so let's just do the math real quick. I wanna walk you through this. Go back to my calculator. So right now they have 3,000, what did we say again that was? 500?
3,028 coin.
Okay, let's just call it 3,000. So right now they have 3,000 coins. They're getting at least 2,500 more when we close block 5, right? Everybody understand that?
Can I ask you a question?
1 second, plus 3,000 more. Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
Does the members actually, will be able to get the actual coin?
This is coin in their wallet right now.
On the wallet, yeah, but they don't touch it or anything like that?
It's not a physical coin. Now, we think it'd be fun in the future to have a cool coin for our members who really.
Oh, I would like.
It'd be great to have a gold-plated coin, and maybe we will, but right now, they're just like all cryptocurrency, it's all digital
Oh,
currency.
yeah, okay.
Okay, back to this member, 3,000 coins. They're getting 2,500 more coins when we close block 5. Here, probably in another 3 or 4 weeks, okay? So altogether, that's 5,500 coins, right? 5,500 coins. We know what it is at $2, right? At $2 right now, that means that's gonna add another that'll be about $8,000, $8,000 or $9,000 for them. Free coin, you guys, it's a coin that's been given to them at $2. What if that 5,500 coins goes to $100?
That's $11,000. 5,500 times $2. $11,000.
11,000. You guys, if our coin goes to $100, let me pause it. Our coins are $2. 98.3% of all cryptocurrencies out there, and you've heard me use this term before, are called crap coins. Now, the industry uses another word, it starts with S. I'm not going to use it, but they call them crap coins because they're just cryptocurrency that have no purpose. It's cryptocurrency that somebody invented, threw out there, and they hope that it goes up in value. And they mint 100 million coins, 500 million coins, and they sell them for 0.00003 cents or 1 cent or whatever. And they sell a few millions of dollars of coins, and people hope it goes up, and sometimes it goes up, but it always crashes. Again, going back to the reasons we believe a true coin is going to go places, because one, it's got intrinsic value, we talk about that. It's tied to the activity of TruIQ. That's just one reason. There's a bunch of other reasons we built our cryptocurrency the way we have. There are things that we already have planned out for the future to make our coin even more valuable that I'm not going into. We will go into it for months. But for right now, the very fact that our coin is tied to a real product has got the industry talking about TrueCoin. Okay? And in August, we're going to something called the Tron Hackathon, where they asked us to come speak at their organization to say, what are you guys doing? It's something we've never seen before. Can you come speak to us and show us what you're doing with your technology? So we're doing that, okay? When we go to the exchange, at some point in the next 3, 4, 6 months, whatever, we're going to go to the exchanges, the Binances and the all the other exchanges out there, and we'll be on a few exchanges. What do you think is going to happen to the value or the demand for our coin? Okay, right now it's $2. In the 6 weeks we've been launched to our limited number of members. What's going to happen when we launch it to the world when we got 0 million people looking at it? Guys, I want you to listen to this, okay? Because this is critical. You understand the position you're in right now, the position we're all in. At $2 a coin, it's nothing. We can't guarantee and we'll never guarantee where TrueCoin is going to go. But if it were to go to $100 a coin, which is very realistic in the world of cryptocurrency, when you got a lot of coins out there for $3 or $4 or $5 or $6, $800, they're not doing a whole lot other than they're just cryptocurrencies that people have bought them up so they have value. Our coin hits the market, has real value. If we were to go to $100 a coin, that coin right here by this member would go to $550,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
$500,000. Okay, from how many blocks?
5.
Okay, 5 blocks. We, of course, have 2,600 blocks. It doesn't mean that every block is going to be worth that much, because as we grow as a company, and as TrueCoin grows in the world, it'll be split amongst more people. Okay, plus we have having events, which I'm not going to go into. But you guys, if we do a terrible job at what we're doing, if we just kind of plug along, limping along, doing what we're doing, and we have a coin that goes to $100, is it worth your time to build a team? Oh, okay. Again, we love you coming, we love to see your face, it's fun to get together and eat food. This is a real opportunity for us all. But I don't want to look back and say, I wish we would have explained better to our members, because as Jason mentioned earlier tonight, I'm one of those guys that has the Bitcoin story. You know, I was offered 1,000 coins at $5 a coin 9 years ago. You know, when it started to go up, and I laughed at the guy. I said, "No, I'm not going to buy your fictitious, weird digital currency." You know, and that coin would be worth more than $20 million today. Last year it would have been worth over $700 million, or no, $200 million. You know, when Bitcoin was at $70,000 a coin, or a brief moment, that was $700 million. You guys, I just want you to understand what we have here, okay? The potential here, which is the perfect word, is huge. And 2 things to take away from this is build a team. We go back to those three simple steps. Again, we've got very complicated technologies. The crypto industry is looking at going, oh my gosh, what are you guys doing? This is totally amazing, it's cool, okay? The future of cryptocurrency is going to be intrinsic value, a real value behind the coin being put out. No more can someone just invent a coin, throw it against the wall and say, oh, let's make $1 billion. It's not gonna happen anymore. People, the world has been burned over the last year about all the fake crap coins that's come out. People have spent millions of dollars, trillions of dollars, just to have it all lost because it's Vegas, baby. I mean, crypto over the last year has been pull a lever and just hope the coin goes up in value. They're looking for something, the world's looking for something real, looking for something new, and looking for something solid. And TrueCoin delivers on all of those. And I want you all here to understand what you have as a potential in front of you here, okay? And it drives me crazy that we don't fill this room to overflow with our members, okay? All of our members should be dying to know what's going on here. They should know what's going on here because of the potential. I want to make sure that was clear tonight, that you understand the potential here, what you have, that you should look back in 5 years from now, hopefully a lot sooner, going, I can retire, I can buy a yacht, I can buy an island somewhere. I mean, this is crazy money. This is crazy money. You know, I think most of us can't even imagine having. To be able to put aside a few $1 million for my family in trusts, other things we'll teach you about as we move forward here. How do we protect those funds? There's a lot of things we're doing here behind the scenes that protect you and your coin and your future wealth that we haven't even gotten into yet. So I want to make sure that was all clear to you tonight, okay? That was the main point I wanted to have you take home. All right? So that's it. Don't let this one pass you by.
If we're buying coin through with our credit card, how do we do that?
So, real quick, yeah, if you want to buy coins, you can go, if you just switch over to the Dobbs, Jason. The DEX onboarding system, that's our whole process for building the value of the coin before we go to the decentralized exchanges. And again, we are decentralized, we're an autonomous organization in TruCoin. I'm not gonna go into tonight, that's another very important thing to know. We're a decentralized, autonomous organization. TruCoin is a co-op, okay? Which means you're protected, your coins are protected. The only way to buy it right now is through the Dobbs. You can buy it 100 coins at a time, but you have to buy it with Tron, okay? With Tron coin. So you have to have, like Jason said, you have to have a Tron wallet, load it into your browser. Up here, that little blue dot, if you have that little blue dot up there, that means that you loaded the Tron extension, it's an extension, and you have the wallet. Here's the wallet that's, you know, right above is that long wallet name. You can see that I've got $704 of Tron in there right now, okay? So that wallet's there, and I could use that money right now to click on this button. Matter of fact, Jason, click on it, just don't complete it. And you'll see a little contract pop up. Here's my contract. I'm buying TruCoin. Do I want to buy it, yes or no? And I've got 2 minutes to do that, okay? That's the way it works. Now, we're happy to teach you how to do that. That's why we're here. And that's the whole reason why we invented the Q Club, because we know that crypto's complicated. Again, you know, only about the reports that I've read, even though over 30% of the people now in the world own cryptocurrency, still only about 8% of them even know what to do with it. It's still too complicated. Q Club is going to be a very important project for us as a company to promote first for our members and then to the world, saying, look, we're here to solve these complicated issues. We're looking at ways to simplify it. If you said, look, I don't get it, Preston, okay, join the Q Club. We'll log on with you now. We've got software. We can just actually share the screen with you and just walk you through it. Here's how you do it. And that, we're trying that now, where it used to take us an hour, hour and a half to train somebody. Cody said the other day, oh, it was great. I did it like in 15 minutes. I helped somebody get their wallet set up and they bought some coin. So, but you know, it's time consuming. So therefore it's a product that we're going to have to sell. It's a commissionable product. It's going to be one of our products we sell in TruIQ. So that's how you buy it right now. I'm not going to get off base here. There's so many things we can talk about, but I wanted you to understand where we were right now. Okay, any other questions?
The society and the vision of freedom, because especially the Constitution too much today. Can the government come in and try to take over,
So it's called governance. So right now the governments in every country are going after cryptocurrencies. And the cryptocurrencies that are going to be the most protected are decentralized, autonomous organizations, cryptocurrencies. If you are a centralized exchange or a centralized cryptocurrency, it will become more regulated. Now, when we started this whole project a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we started looking at doing this. In my mind, I'm thinking we've got to play both sides. We've got to play this game on both sides. So we've been looking at this in two different avenues. One is you have to play in the world in which we live, United States of America, underneath that government's rules and regulations, but there's the crypto world as well. So we're developing out our program to play in both worlds. I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole nother hour's worth of training of things we're doing to help protect our members in TruIQ. And I'll give you an example of that, and that is, if you want to keep your coin, it's in a decentralized environment, you can keep your coin completely off the grid if you wanted to. And in the future, if you want to cash that in, you talk to your attorney, or you talk to your trust, whatever it is, and then you work that out. If you cash it in and you want to buy groceries with it or a car, you know, hey, no, you got to, I'm sorry, you got to pull it in, you're going to buy that car, they're going to ask where'd you get your money. That's the world in which we live in. You can't get around that. So we're accommodating for that as we build our infrastructure to accommodate for those different scenarios. One of the things I would love to do, and we're not there yet because it doesn't make sense financially to do it, is actually come up with part of the Q Club, is to introduce a trust through that. And show you how to set up properly a trust and get you in contact with the trust to where you can now put those coins also in a trust and show you who should really own that trust. Those are all things that we're planning for. So again, we're not just a coin. We went, spend a month developing this coin, throwing it out there and hoping we all get good. There's huge infrastructure being built underneath what we're doing here in TruIQ. And we haven't even scratched the surface with explaining to everybody what we're doing. The very least, though, with what we're doing is going to continue to drive the price of TruCoin up, we believe, to where is going to $100 unrealistic? I don't think so. Is $1,000 a coin realistic? Okay, now we're stretching.
Possibility.
But it's
all up to you.
It's really up to our members, how much we grow TruIQ. See, this is the first cryptocurrency that you guys really have the ability to drive the value of it. How big, how fast? You realize blocks close in the crypto world based on, it's called proof of work. The computer just chugging away, and that you're beholden to what that computer does. The computing power of the computer, the algorithms written into the smart contracts, it's computers that control all of that. You have no say. As far as I know, we're the first cryptocurrency that comes along and says, no, it's based on, again, proof of activity. It's our activities, how fast we grow. Our blocks are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, right? Who says a year from now we're not closing a block every week? We're not closing a block every day. You can see the power here of as we grow as a membership base, where we can take this as a group of like-minded people. Never been done before in the crypto industry. It's a huge deal. And I hope you understand. I hope you understand. Well, it is. Sometimes I lay awake and think about where it could go. It's scary.
It's scary because of block every minute.
Well, we're actually blocking to where we can't close more than a block a day. But you think about how this could take off and how it could really explode on us. Oh man, it's trying to gear up the customer service department and do all that. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work as we grow the company. So Ricky.
Yeah, I think most of us members, I seen it, they did not realize that we are actually minors. They're just thinking about a different way, that they don't realize that they're actually making coins,
Right.
part of it. So we have to, we all minors, whether we don't realize it or not, we're making coins.
Yeah, right now, we have maybe about 80 wallets that have been activated. You guys, that means there's a lot of you who have no clue how many coins you have in your back office right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, we understand, don't feel bad, don't feel embarrassed. It's a complicated, look, who invented this whole cryptocurrency thing? Developers. If you've ever worked with developers, they're not the most user-friendly thinking people. They develop in their own little world, not caring about the interface of all of the things we have to do. So that's our job now, is to try to simplify the process. That's why we came up with the Q Club, because we realized how difficult it really is. Just for your average person to understand how to set up a wallet, how to load it, how to put coin in there, and how to, it's a complicated process, we get it. But that's one thing we're trying to resolve, is how can we make it easier for you to get set up. So again, go to the site, TruCoin, I'm not sorry, go to TruIQ.com, go to the Q Club. There's videos in there. There's 6 videos on how to do everything I just talked about. Watch those a couple times. You'll get it, you'll pick it up, but if you say, I just don't have time, I don't want to mess with it, then you got the Q Club. There's no excuse for any of our members not to set up a wallet and not be able to get into the TruCoin site. There just really is no excuse. It will take you a little time. It'll take you 20 minutes, a half hour, but you should be able to do it, no problem. And if there's a problem, give us a call. That's what we'll do. Okay? We want you, our members, to be successful in this. If you're not successful in this, if you guys aren't making a ton of money in the next 24 months, year to 2 years, and can't look back at this thing and go, oh my gosh, I made tons of money, then we've failed at our job. So that's what we truly feel. Okay? All right, so we kept you long enough tonight. It's been a long evening, so appreciate your time.
Later, after
Jason speaks, we'll have a groupie. And then everybody over there, we'll have a groupie. We'll take a picture about from this background.
Oh, we're done, my friends. It's dead. So thanks for coming tonight. Make sure you have your package. Do not leave without your packages.
That's amazing. And